go ahead and get started. There's nothing particular that you need, but we are going to get started just in a comfortable seated position. Okay. I know last week.
I'm going to put myself on mute now. So
sounds good. All right. As you come into a comfortable seat, go ahead and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Just gently, maybe take your hand to your abdomen and close those eyes and feel your navel connect towards the spine. And then reach to the crown of your head, releasing and relaxing your shoulders down. And you can remove your hand and place it wherever it's comfortable. We're going to start by drawing a full breath in through our nose. And then we'll exhale, sigh that breath out. Just a few more times. As you inhale, let your belly expand. Feel the lungs opening up, maybe the chest growing taller. And as you exhale, keep reaching through your crown, but draw the navel towards the spine, letting all that air out. One more big giant breath in. And then sighing that breath out. Taking a tongue, lick your lips, seal them to one another, nice and soft. And then start breathing in and out of your nose. As you start that breath work from the nostrils and out of the nostrils, drag the breath through the constriction of the back of your throat, creating that oceanic sound. Allow yourself to fidget or wiggle or make any subtle adjustments necessary for your emotional, physical wellness at this moment. And if you feel like dropping or tilting the chin towards the chest, you can, and you can trace that collarbone side to side. Or if you prefer a little more stillness and grounding yourself through the sits bones, you can take that route as well. Soften the jaw, doing your best not to clench the teeth or squeeze or furrow your eyebrows. And then take a moment here for yourself to scan the body. Scan in whatever direction seems appropriate for you in this moment, whether it's crown to toes or toes to crown, or from the abdomen out to the limbs. Observe with kindness, acknowledging how you feel, not worrying about anything other than that simple acknowledgement. You want to practice with an affirmation today. Allow yourself to practice with that affirmation. Maybe it's to surrender. Perhaps it's to be brave or courageous by letting go of things that no longer serve you. As you take this next breath in, draw it in fully. And as you exhale, sigh that breath out, letting it all go. Either keeping your eyes closed or fluttering those eyes open. As you take your next breath in, reach those arms up towards the sky. Let your palms kiss over your head, and then exhale, bring your hands into prayer and into your heart space. Inhale, pull your shoulders up nice and soft towards those ears. And then exhale, roll those shoulders back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift your shoulders up. When you're ready to let that breath go, relax the shoulders down. And then last time, lift them up. And exhale, roll them back down. As you draw your next breath in, sweep your arms back up towards the sky, relax the shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, release that right hand down to the right side, take your left hand around the right ear, and then gently guide this left ear towards your left shoulder. A couple of options here. You can keep the fingertips down on the ground. You can bend the elbow and rest your arm on that thigh. Or if you prefer, imagine you're turning a doorknob and turn your hand back and forth. Whichever sensation feels the best for you, let yourself guide the body there. Continue breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. And if you have your palm placed on your head, maybe use your fingertips, the pads of your fingers, for more of a pressure point or that sensation for release. Breathe in through the nose here. And breathe out of the nose. When you're ready, release the left hand down towards that left side. Drop the chin towards the chest and trace it over towards the right side. 2 more times, you'll sweep the chin back over towards the left. And then you'll bring your chin once more over towards the right. And then last time, you'll take it towards that left side. And then you'll exhale, lower it down towards the chest. On an inhale, sweep both arms up, reach the gaze. And then exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, lift those arms back up. Exhale, left hand down, right fingertips around that left ear and start guiding the ear towards that right side. Make all those soft adjustments you did on the opposite side. And if they're slightly different, not to worry. Maybe on this side, twisting the doorknob feels better than resting your hand down on the mat. Press the fingertips into the skull so you can kind of massage the little pressure points. Could be the temple, it could be the hairline. Do your best not to cause any strain or strenuous sensations through the side of the neck and the shoulder. Take just one more breath here. And as you exhale, release that right hand down to that right side. Drop your chin towards your chest. Twirl it over towards that left side. Back to center, over towards that right side. And one more time towards this left side. And back over towards that right side. All on your breath in time. Exhale the chin down towards the chest. And then inhale, sweep those arms up towards the ceiling, gazing up. And you'll exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. On our breath in, we'll extend those arms up. And as we exhale, we'll release the hands down towards the front of the mat, bowing our chest and chin down. Draw a breath in here. Maybe dome your spine, pressing into the elbows and the forearms. And as you exhale, bow it down. Full inhale through your nose. And that full exhale out of your nose. As you take your next breath in, press your fingertips into the ground, lift your head up, slide your fingertips towards your shin bones, and exhale, dome your spine to cat it back. Inhale, lift your chest forward, bringing the heart towards the front. Exhale, taking it back. Inhale, bringing it towards the front. And then last time, exhale, really take it back. And as you take it back, stay here. We're going to inhale, send the rib cage towards that right side. Take that gaze towards that left side. Relax that right shoulder down. Use the anchoring of your hands on your shin bones or on the knees or thighs to find that lean through the back side of your body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, send the weight over towards that left side. Look over towards the right when you're ready. Releasing the back, releasing the arms, the shoulders. And then inhale, we'll come back to center, bringing that heart forward, lifting the chest back up. On our next breath in, we'll neutralize. And as we neutralize, switch the direction. You have your legs crossed. As you switch that direction, wiggle the body. Remove the flesh or peel it from underneath the sits bones, and then we'll inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, heads of our elbows will pull down. Lower your ribs down and knit those ribs. Inhale, lift those arms up, and then exhale, twist open towards that right side. Right hand on that behind you, left hand on that right thigh. Drop the shoulder away from the ear, and only when you can, look over your shoulder as you let that breath go. Big inhale here through your nose. Big exhale here. On your next breath in, come back to center, sweep those arms back up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, twist it open towards that left side. Shoulders away from the ears, anchoring through the sits bones, and as you exhale, you can look over your left shoulder. On our next breath in, we'll come back to center, the arms reach up towards the sky. And on our exhale, we'll side bend towards that right side. Take that right hand down towards the ground, left hand over. Keeping that right palm exactly where it's at, relax and release the left knee down. And then inhale, extend and reach that left arm up. And as we exhale, we're going to take the left fingertips down towards that right hand, bringing the body out. Inhale, extend and lift it up. Exhale, bringing it back down. Inhale when you're ready to lift up, and exhale to release it down. Hopefully releasing the hip, the QL, the lower back. On your next inhale, you'll extend and reach that arm up. Press through that right palm, extend and lift that left and right arm back up. Exhale, heads of the elbows pull down. Inhale, lift your arms back up, and then exhale, side bend towards that left side. Press through that left palm. Breath in and a breath out. On your gaze or that inhale, look up, extend that right arm up. And then exhale, tap it over towards that left side. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, tapping it down. Inhale, we'll rise up last time. And exhale, tapping it down. On our next breath in, we'll lift the arm up, pressing through that left palm, both arms reach up. Palms kiss, hands come into prayer and at our heart space. Go ahead and relax the shoulders away from your ears. Release your palms down to the ground. And then let your knees and your hands come down to the mat for that tabletop position. Wiggle the hips from one side of the room to the opposite side of the room. Draw a breath in here. Let that breath go. And then return back to center. As you return to center, curl your toes under, stretching the bottom of your feet, slide the weight of the body back. Keep your hands anchored into the mat or slide them a little closer towards you. Big breath in through your nose here. Big release out. You can always roll your little toes out if that feels good, or you can stay anchored through the big toe, or maybe all 5 toes are anchored into the mat if you want to reach back and stretch that little pinky one to anchor it into the mat. Just another breath here. And that breath out. And then inhale, slide the weight of the body forward, lift your feet, any circles or movement that you need, go ahead and take that. Then take the tops of the feet down to the mat, curling your toes under. We'll inhale, drop our belly down, retract the shoulders, lift the chin and the chest up, tilting that tailbone up. On your exhale, dome your spine, cat it up, press your feet onto the mat. Inhale for that cow pose. Exhale as you cat it back. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale to cat it back up. On your next breath in, neutralize the spine. And as we neutralize the spine, bring those knees close to one another. Curl your left toes under. And as you inhale, extend that right leg behind you. As your right leg comes behind you, either keeping that right palm closer to the center, extend that left arm forward if you'd like, or keep that left hand down. Draw a breath in here. And as we exhale, pull the elbow and the knee in towards your heart. Inhale, take it nice and long. Exhale, tucking it back in. Inhale, extending long. And last time we bring it in together. And last time we'll extend it long. Release the left palm down. Adjust your shoulders. Cross this right foot to that left side. And as you exhale, looking over your shoulder. Draw a breath in here. Press that right hip towards that right side. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale, we'll look back towards center. As we look back towards center, we'll go ahead and extend this right leg behind us, hook the left toes to that left side and take that little side plank on our knee. As you come to that side plank on your knee, extend your right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Draw a breath in here, press firmly through the blade of your right foot. And then inhale, lift your arm back up, lift and float your leg if it feels comfortable. And if not, keep it down. Curl the heel in towards your body or the knee in towards your chest, but somehow let your hands slide down until you're able to connect if it feels appropriate this morning. Kick your foot into your hand, bring the heel close to the glute. Bowl the heart out, draw that breath in. Let that breath go, opening up through the hip flexors, squeezing that right glute if you can. And then on your next breath in, you'll release, extend the arm and the leg, dropping the blade of the foot down, spinning your hand down and around, rotating those hips back to a neutral position. Lift that right leg when you're ready. Take a couple of circles with your right leg in one direction and then the opposite direction. And then return your knee down for that tabletop. Wiggle the hips side to side, maybe lift that left wrist and take a few circles just to release the wrist. Take that palm back down. And if you want to do the same with the right, you can. On your breath in your time, tops of your feet press into the mat, slide the hips back, and we'll inhale, bend those elbows, scoop our chest low, lift our head up high now. Exhale, dome your spine, roller coaster it back towards the hips. 2 more times. Inhale, slither up. Exhale, taking it back. And once more, inhale. And then exhale. On your next inhale, neutralize the spine, coming back to tabletop. You'll go ahead and curl those right toes under now. Inhale, extend and lift that left leg behind you. Walk your left hand somewhat towards center to stabilize the body. and then extend that right arm towards the front. Point those left toes down, draw a breath in, and exhale. Tuck the elbow and the knee in towards your heart. Inhale, reach nice and long. Exhale, bringing it back in. Inhale, taking it long. Last time we pull it in. And last time we extend it long. Bring the palm down, cross the foot over towards that right side. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, press that left hip towards that left edge. Breathe in fully. Shoulders away from the ears, a soft bend at the elbows if you need it. One more inhale here. And that exhale here. And then when you're ready, gaze towards the front of the mat. Slide your left leg directly behind you. Hook the right toes to that right edge and then inhale, side plank on our right knee as we lift that left arm up. Left arm goes towards the top of the mat if it feels okay. And let yourself once more press through the pinky side blade of that left foot. On an inhale, lift your arm up, lift and float that left leg off the ground. Either knee into the chest or heel towards the glute, reach back and bind. Look anywhere it's comfortable for your neck. Do your best not to collapse the shoulder towards the ear, instead push the ground away. Feel that glute activate as you squeeze it. Feel that hip flexor, quad. Find some extension. One more inhale and exhale, and then inhale, we'll release, extending the arm and the leg, blade of the foot down, sweep the hand around, rotate so that your toes point forward, lift the left leg and take those circles in each direction. Return your left knee down when you're ready. Maybe release that right wrist once more. Release that left one if you'd like to as well. And then we're gonna go ahead and take our big toes together, take our knees as wide as the mat if possible, slip the hips back, and we'll take a little child's pose as we bow our chest down. As you release your chest down, draw the breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, sigh out of your mouth, and then relax the jaw, relax the eyes, massage the space between your eyebrows as you rock your head from one side of the mat to the opposite side. Drawing a full breath in here, letting that breath go. As you take your next breath in, find stillness and let it go. When you inhale, rise back up. And as you rise back up, plant those palms down. As we plant our palms down, we're gonna go ahead and inhale, bring that right arm out and up towards the ceiling. And we'll exhale, thread that right hand through our arm, in between the arm and the leg, releasing that right ear down. And as we release that right ear down, reach to the crown of the head. So roll your body forward slightly, keep your hips elevated. And then staying right here, or taking your left fingertips towards the top of the mat, or taking that left arm up, bending the elbow, bringing the hand somewhere to the small of the back, or even towards this right hip. If that feels comfortable, stay here. If it doesn't, release the hand back down. If you feel like you need a kickstand leg, curl your right toes if necessary. Extend that left leg out towards that left side. Whatever variation you took, just find comfort within your own body. Continue twisting and reaching your right fingertips towards that left side, releasing the shoulders. Breath in and a breath out. Two more if possible. Last big breath in here. Letting that breath go. If your arm is bound behind you, reach, extending it up, bring it back down towards the ground. Tuck this left leg in if it was out. Inhale, press that right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, release your arm back down, wiggle those hips side to side. Any movement that you need before moving forward, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, leaving that right hand down, inhale, left arm reaches up, and exhale, you'll thread it through. Start adjusting your body by reaching the head, tilting the hips up. Leg extension, arm extension, whatever feels right for you. We're all in different places each and every day. So just do what feels right in this moment. Do your best not to overextend or cross that edge of sensation. 2 more inhales here. You're ready to release. Bring that right hand down to your gaze. Pull that right leg in. Press into your right fingers. And then inhale, lift that left arm up. Exhale, release that left hand back down and then wiggle those hips right side to left side. As you take your next breath in, curl those toes under, lift your kneecaps off the mat, tilt your hips up into an inverted V or that downward facing dog. We're gonna go ahead and march or paddle our feet out, just acknowledging and noticing if our feet are still tight or if our calves are tender or even the glutes and the hamstrings. Maybe it's your upper back that's a little more loose or perhaps even still needs a little more love. Whatever it is for you, go ahead and find stillness in your downward facing dog. Press through the blades of your little toes. The heels might be up, the heels might be down. Let your shoulders roll back. Let your head dangle heavy. On an inhale, lift your heels up nice and high. Bend those knees generously. Looking forward, begin to walk your feet in between your thumbs or even bring your hands towards your feet if that's better. Exhale as you arrive for a forward fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway, a flat back, so draw the navel up and in. Exhale, release it all the way back down, separating your feet wider than hip width distance. Grab your elbows for ragdoll and bend those knees generously. Let your head sway or dangle from one side of the mat to the other, straightening one leg if you'd like, or maybe both of them are now straight or both of the knees are still bent. Big inhale, feeling the back of your body puff up as the lungs get this air. Returning back to center, we'll release our hands down to the mat. Walk your feet back towards one another, a soft bend of your knees, and then inhale, we'll begin to lift and rise up, dragging those arms to the sides, to the sky, and then inhale all the way up. On our exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, extend and reach those arms up. Exhale, your hands release down to your sides. Go ahead and cross this right leg over towards this left side and then push that left hip towards that left side. Reach the arms up, grab that left wrist with your right hand. Trying to open up through the hip, maybe the IT band. And inhale through your nose here. And if this is too much for your arms or your shoulders, just let your hands come to your hips instead. Look any direction, it feels all right for you. Breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and exhale, and then inhale, we'll come back to center. Go ahead and step that right foot just a couple of inches forward. Bend both knees and exhale. Bow your chest down. As you bow your chest down, you might feel that this left knee is against your calf on this right leg, and that's perfectly fine. If your fingertips feel okay to drop all the way down, drop them all the way down. Now, if you'd like to straighten those legs, and then walk your fingertips when you're ready, if you'd like, towards that right side, finding a little more extension. If you'll let your head dangle, you'll feel that sensation through the whole left side of your body, possibly. One more breath in, and that breath out. And if you desire a little more time there, stay here a little longer. But if you're ready to release, walk your hands back towards center, bend those knees slightly, and then inhale, we'll rise all the way back up. Palms kiss over our head, hands come into prayer and at our heart space, releasing our hands down to our sides or our hips. Step that right foot over towards that left side and maybe release that left ankle. When you're ready, leaving your right foot down, lift that left one, cross it over. Push the hip out towards that right side. Arms reach up if you'd like. Grab the wrist and then extend over or leave your hands at your hip. Each day is a little different. So if your arms over your head doesn't feel right today, don't take it there. But if it does, go for it. Do your best not to collapse into the side. Think of that length. So you're reaching either from the shoulder down to the toes or from the fingertips down to the blade of your foot. Big inhale here. Big exhale. You've got one more. On your inhale, you'll come back to center. On that exhale, the hands release down to our hips or the sides. Take that left foot, bring it just a little bit forward. Bend those knees for comfort of our back. Inhale, the arms can reach up, and then when you're ready, exhale, bow it down. Whether the fingertips reach the ground or not, it's up to you. Whether you straighten your legs and bow your head down, that's again up to you. If you're ready to walk your fingertips towards that left side, start to walk your fingertips towards that left side. Breathe in through the nose and out of the nose if you can. Last breath here. Letting that breath go. Inhale, your hands come back towards the front of the mat. Bend those knees once more. Inhale, circle sweep your arms as you rise all the way up. Palms together, hands at your prayer pose and at heart space. Release the hands down to the hips. Step that left foot out. A couple of circles with the ankles if you need it, and then back to the top of your mat. Inhale, you'll reach those arms all the way back up. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale, forward fold, bending those knees as generous as you'd like. Step back with that left foot, and then drop the left knee down to the mat. As you drop that left foot down to the mat, walk your right foot slightly towards that right side so that you can align the ankle and the knee into a position where it's a long line. Stay here for a second, looking towards the top of the mat like you're about to take off for a race. Breathe in through your nose here, and breathe out of the nose here. Wrap the left hip forward slightly. Begin to push through that hip flexor to open it up a little more. You can press into your fingertips. You can bring your hands to your thigh if you need to, or if you have some books or blocks, you can place the palms on that instead. Another inhale here, and that exhale here. On your next breath in, begin to lift and rise up, sweeping those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pulling the heads of the elbows down. Inhale, lift your arms up, and as you exhale, bring that right hand on your right thigh. Extend and sweep the left fingertips towards that right side. Keep hugging this right knee towards the hip so that you're stabilizing through your frame and not causing any discomfort in your low back. Breathe in through the nose here. Breathe out of the nose here. I want you to go ahead and bend this right elbow, bring your hand behind your head, and then pull the elbow head up and maybe turn your head to look up towards the ceiling. But if it feels better to look towards that right side, you can definitely keep looking towards that right side. One more inhale here. And that exhale. Wherever you're at, release, extending the arm, bringing that left palm down to your hip, lifting both the right and the left arm up. You'll exhale, release the hands to frame that front foot. Slide the weight of the body back to get a little lean through your hip flexor, through your hamstring. Pointer, flex the toes if it feels okay. Maybe let the blade of your foot fall over towards that right side. Breathe in, looking forward. Breathe out, pressing the chest closer towards this leg. Try to relax and release through that hamstring. And if that means you taking your right hand and massaging the hammy or even massaging the glute, the piriformis, if it's super tight, know that you can, and you should. Sometimes just that extra sensation will help to release or allow the mind to say it's okay to let go. Two more inhales where you're at. Hopefully by now the body's decompressing just a tiny bit more. If at any point you feel like you need to rise up, rise up. Let that last breath enter and release it here. Then on your next inhale, looking forward, go ahead and rebend that right knee, sole of the right foot down. Maybe walk that left knee an inch or so forward. Leave your fingertips out towards the edges, and then curling your left toes, lifting that left knee. Walk your right foot towards the edge or towards that left hand. Place that right palm down and start to release the right knee down towards that right side. If it's too much, slide your foot a little bit further back towards your body. But if this is okay, drop the left knee back down if it's up, Slide that left foot back for that pigeon pose. First, you're gonna stay in this prideful pigeon, and it is a little bit intense, so if it's too intense for you, go ahead and slide the foot even closer. That might help you a little more. If it's not parallel to the top of the mat, that's fine, that's not the goal. The intention is to release the hip, the glute, and then when you're ready, bow it down, bring the forearms down to the mat. If you find that you're falling over towards one side, find something to anchor this right glute so that you can distribute the weight a little more evenly. Tune into the sound of your breath here. So if you can make it really audible and real intentional, maybe deep and long inhales and exhales, this will help to decompress that body and let the nervous system know it's okay to let go. If you need a place to rest your hands, you can take it prayer, you can stack the fists, whatever feels right for you. Be slightly patient with yourself. If you feel like taking a little quad stretch, and the body feels okay now at this point, that right glute feels comfortable, you'll go ahead and inhale to rise up into that prideful pigeon. But if you're wanting to stay in pigeon pose a little longer, don't do this part. So if you'd like to, lift up, your palms come to the top of the mat. Your palms can then walk towards that left side. If it's comfortable for your leg, this is the one place that I always have to be a little bit more careful because my hamstring might cramp up or get that Charlie horse. So if you're like that, take your time as you begin to curl it. Once it feels okay, then maybe grab the ankle, the toes, or even your pant leg. You curl as far as your body allows. And if you come to this position and it doesn't feel all right, let it go. Just release. Come back down into that pigeon pose or stay there in that quad stretch. We're here 3 inhales and exhales if possible, but know that you can come out of it sooner if you'd like. After you complete that 3rd exhale, inhale, let it go, and then we'll all come onto our palms. And as we all come into our palms, slide your hip to fall over towards that right side. Sweep this left leg around and over, crossing the foot over towards that right side, hugging this right heel towards that left side. Take a breath in, let the glutes anchor themselves down, and then inhale, extend and reach either that right arm up, so that you can cross the elbow over or right arm out to the side and wrap your arm around the left leg instead. Guide this left knee in towards your chest. Try to relax through the hip flexor on this left side, or even take your left thumb, massage it if it feels good, or maybe you're able to access the psoas a little bit more, or that hip point where your iliac crest is. Breath in and a breath out. Another inhale here. Letting that breath go. And then as we take our next breath in, unwind and twist open towards that right side to counter twist it. Come back to center. And if you need to take a few little twirls back and forth to release the spine, go ahead and do that. Returning to center, slide to that right side. Bring your right leg parallel to the top of your mat. And then if possible, this is always a little tricky for me as well, but if possible, imagine a fire log or creating this fire. You're going to stack this left leg on top of the right. If you have a huge gap here, not a problem. You can also take like your mat and fold it, or a blanket to give it some support, or you can slide your foot out so that it can relax a little bit more. But if you're able to support it and release, let it go. Draw a breath in here, fingertips down to your sides or even on the thighs. And as you exhale, you can bend those elbows, bowing it down. It's a little more intense. So if you've gone too far, just rise up. Close those eyes if possible. Maybe drop your chin towards your chest and twirl your head side to side. It's almost like those nerves are getting a little flossing as you're releasing the neck, the shoulder. Taking just a couple more inhales here. Hopefully this left thigh is dropping down a little more. If you happen to be folded forward on your breath in, begin to lift and rise up. As you lift and rise up, slide your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards the top of your mat. Release, extend that right foot forward, take that left leg forward, and then windshield wiper your legs right side to left side. If it feels good on that piriformis or you're rolling on the glute med or even, the glute max, then you might want to stay in one direction and just kind of wobble side to side. But on your breath, your time, we're going to go ahead and make your way back into a tabletop. So top couple of options. You're welcome just to slide those legs back and around, or you can cross your legs and fold or roll over those legs. Once you come back into that tabletop, wiggle those hips once more side to side. And then curling your toes under, inhale, slide the weight of the body forward, release your chest down to the mat. Tops of your feet press into the ground. Unless your back is really tight, you're taking those legs out. Fingertips float out beyond your mat or palms, and you'll inhale, rise up for that modified cobra, releasing our low back. On our exhale, we'll lower the chest back down. Inhale, lift it up. Take your right shoulder, drop it down towards that center and look to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch it out. Inhale, coming back to center. We'll exhale, lower our heart back down. Bring our hands back down to our breastbone. Walk those knees and thighs back towards one another. Elbows stay tucked in, belly is up. Inhale, plank on the knees to possibly plank off your knees to exhale, then tilting your hips up or downward facing dog. March and paddle your feet out once more, bending that right knee, straightening the left, and then find stillness in your downward facing dog. On an inhale, the heels lift up, the knees bend. We'll walk our feet in between the thumbs or meet your feet with the hands walking towards your legs. Exhale for that forward fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, melt it back down. And then inhale, we'll reverse and rise all the way up. Fan those arms to the sides when you're ready. Exhale, elbow heads pull down. Inhale, arms reach back up. And then exhale, forward fold. Leave the palms down on the mat, bend those knees, keep that left foot up top, step that right foot back. Once your right leg is back, drop that right knee down, top of the right foot down on the ground. Walk the left foot over towards the left edge slightly, align the knee and the ankle towards one another. Looking forward, remember you can press the fingertips into the ground. You can also bring your palms to your thigh, but you're sending this right hip forward so that you can release the hip flexor even more. You might have a little more length now since we've been working on this particular side for a while. Continue to hold this left leg in towards your ribs and not letting it slide out so that you're on the blade of the foot. Breath in, breath out. Only when you're ready. Pressing the fingertips into the ground or the hands onto the thigh, we'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, pull the heads of the elbows down. Stay strong as you squeeze the glutes. Inhale, your arms reach up. Now bring that left arm on your left thigh and exhale, extend and reach towards that left side. If you prefer your hand down towards the ground, that's completely fine as well. Feel yourself pulling the hip forward, wrapping the ribs in, reaching through the crown and the fingertips extending over. Inhale through your nose and out of the nose. 2 more inhales here if possible, relaxing the shoulder from the ear. Finalize that last exhale and then inhale, arms reach all the way back up. We'll exhale, let our hands come down to frame that left foot. Slide the weight of the body back to take that half split pose or that hamstring stretch. Decide if you'd like those toes to be pointed, flexed, or blade of the foot over towards that left edge. Breathe in, looking forward, and breathe out, connecting your chest or your belly close to the thigh. Think of a flat back as you pull the shoulders back, as you reach through your tailbone, and as you allow your crown to reach towards the top end of the mat. Take 2 more inhales here. Letting that breath go. Last one. When you're ready, fingertips into the ground, lifting the chest up. If you need to slide your heel back, slide it back, but return the sole of that left foot down to the ground, hands frame that front foot, sending the fingertips out to the edges of the mat. Either keeping that knee down, or if you'd like to curl the back knee, that's fine. Begin to walk your left foot over towards that right hand. From there, drop the knee over towards that left side. Start to walk back into your figure 4. Make any adjustments necessary, whether that leg needs to come closer towards your body or if you can keep it parallel to the top of the mat, your choice. Breathe in, neutralize the hips. Again, if that left hip lifted up, maybe you use something to anchor it or you keep walking that right knee back. You'll exhale, bring it down when you're ready. Don't force anything. And if you're way tilted towards this left side or way tilted towards this right side, you've gone a little too far, so you might need to lift the hips up. If they're not connected to the ground, that's fine as long as you're still neutral. Remaining here, or if you're ready to take that quad stretch, you'll lift up, walk the hands over towards that right edge, curl the heel in. Remember, the hamstring seems to get those Charlie horses. It's usually one side versus the other. You can go in that position. If this does not feel good for you this morning, let it go and come back into that sleeping pigeon instead. Last 2 inhales here. Releasing. You're bound. And if you're still in sleeping pigeon, inhale, palms down to the mat. When you're ready, drop all of the weight over towards this left glute. Slide and swing this right leg around and over. Sole of the foot is to this left side as we release the glute down to the ground. Either arm goes up to take the cross as you exhale, or arm goes out to the left side as you wrap your arm around this right leg. If a glute has lifted up, maybe you've curled the leg too close to the body, so make any adjustments that you need. Keep the both sits bones anchored into the mat. One more inhale here. Letting that breath go. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, twist to that left side to release our back. And then coming back to center, you can take those little swishes back and forth. And we're coming into that fire log position. So when you're ready, slide to that left side, adjust the left leg so it's parallel or somewhat parallel, and then stack that right leg on top. Again, it may look different. Yours may look slightly different than mine, and that's completely fine. That's why we're original and our own beings. But when you're ready, take a breath in, and then exhale. You can bow it down. If that's too much, extend one leg forward, completely fine. Slide it out if you prefer. 2 more inhales here in this position. Inhale, we begin to lift and rise up. As we lift and rise up, We'll go ahead and slide the weight of the body back. Fingertips point towards us. Extend and release those legs forward. And then from there, our windshield wiper those legs right side to left side. Again, massaging the piriformis or the glute. Stay where you need to for as long as you'd like. And then when you're done, returning back into that seated position and rolling onto your back, tucking those knees into your chest or leaving your feet down on the mat. We'll take a little happy baby as we begin to curl those knees in towards our armpits, grabbing the blades of the feet and rocking the body right side to left side. Gently begin to let go and release. Legs can go up for just a moment until you stabilize your frame. Arms cactus or T out. And as we exhale, bend those knees, release them towards that right side for a little supine twist. Come back to center on the inhale and then supine twist over towards that left side now. Returning back to center, give yourself a big hug. And then inhale, release and let go. We're just gonna be here for 3 inhales and exhales as you allow your body to decompress. Allow all the spine to relax and release. Beginning now. Only when you decide it's time, go ahead and bend those knees. Wiggle the body right side to left side, rolling over towards that right if possible, or the left if you prefer. And then you'll guide yourself into a comfortable seated position. Again, if you desire a little more rest time, know that you can stay there for a little longer. All right, big inhale through your nose and then that sigh out. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Melanie and I thank you for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to turn your mics on, or if you're ready to proceed with your day, go for it.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks. Bye, Tina. Bye, Carolyn.